be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch.
Hello, my name is Tambuatco and welcome to our program. Every week as we go along, most of the time I discuss politics. But there are other issues just as important, if not what we should prioritize. Now, today you very well know the whole morning, radio and TV, and the news tomorrow. You will see all about the anomalies that are coming out, that are unfolding in the Senate. It saddens me because institutions are involved. In this program, I'd like to give you a break and talk about other priorities. Many or some of them which we may have forgotten or have taken for granted. We are going to talk about Rotary. Na alam ko, no? Rotary, alam natin lahat yan. But let's not forget, this group of men and women who bind themselves together for the good of their community, to network only again for the good of the community, using their four-way test, which most of you know. These are the very groups that care for our communities at no price, for no return, no necessary reward, but only for awareness generation. See, they come to this program, specifically to this show, and I am happy. I'm rewarded by this because they come with their advocacies to help, basically, again, the word community. Alam nyo, nakakalimutan na po natin yan kasi marami tayong mga kaibigan na Rotarian. Miski kung naririnig natin, Rotary. Alam nyo, don't take it for granted. This is the very group that actually is around your areas. And these are the people which are the first defenses to a lot of threats that are real in our country, especially when it's called health. And exactly that topic on health, we're going to be talking about polio, the eradication of polio, and the World Polio Day that will be coming very soon. With us, we have nonetheless a past governor. We have Pablo Gancayco, and he likes to be called, well, it's Attorney Gancayco, but he wants me to call him as Ambo. And of course, my very good friend, we have Misa, past president, Loyola Heights. And the district, because I belong to another district when I was Rotary anyway, is 3780. Hello, Ambo. Is that what you want me to call
Yes,
Ambo?
good evening, Harry.
Attorney Ambo. And Chari, hi. Thanks, Chari, for bringing the show to me. And like I said in the commentary, dapat hindi makalimutan ng mga taong bayan talaga yung ginagawa natin. Kasi masyado tayo nag-uusapin na sa mga politiko, sa Porsche ng presidente, yung gera sa Egypt. Pero yung ginagawa na ng prioridad para sa taong bayan, yun ang trabahong ginagawa nyo at talagang pinalalabas nyo. Tell us about the World Polio Day.
Well, we call it actually Supplemental Polio Immunization Day. We're gonna hold it on February 22. It's a Tuesday, 2 weeks from now. As you know, Harry, Rotary is known for its drive against polio. It has started this. Yes. In fact, that drive against polio started in the Philippines. It was a Filipino group which promoted the fight against polio many years ago. And it thrived, no? And together with a strategic partnership with the WHO, Rotary International was very successful in the polio eradication.
Pilipinas nag-umpisa nitong World Polio Immunization?
Yes, yung anti-polio immunization.
I didn't even realize
started here in the Philippines.
No less Rotary?
Rotary.
Yeah.
Rotary.
Pero ngayon, only 95%, 96%, halos 4 to 5% polio na lang natitira sa buong mundo, no?
That's right. Actually, apat na lang na bansa.
Apat na bayan na bansa.
Ang merong what we call endemic countries. Apat na lang.
Which are?
These are India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Nigeria.
Naku, puro gera nangyayari doon. No, because polio in the Philippines about 5 decades ago, or 4 decades ago when I was in school, was really endemic. There were many people, even today, you will see the effects of polio on people my age, mostly. But yung mga ano ngayon, last decade, mga below 10, hindi na gaano no? Ano yun, di ba sa mga swimming pool na kukuha yung public swimming pools?
It's bacteria.
Bacteria ang polio?
Virus. Sa mga dirty places, for example, toilets, sa mga
Naku,
surrounding ng bahay, lahat.
Sa surroundings mo, kung saan ka nakatin. So mga dirty toilets, bacteria pala yan.
Briefing kami niyan yung mga health workers natin. One very good source yun daw mga nakakain natin na exposed sa dumi ng tao o sa dumi ng mga hayop. Yan daw maliwanag na pinanggagalingan ng strain ng polio.
So that's how naging malala dito because
sanitation
natin.
Hirap
so the poor who are more exposed to that are more vulnerable.
Yes, that's right.
Now, what did Rotary do? You started immunization about 3 decades ago.
I believe.
Mga 30 years ago yan
That was in early 1980s. We were the first country recipient of the polio immunization. At that time, it was handled by late RI Director Benny Santos, and because the RI President was
Mat Caparas.
That started the polio immunization in the Philippines.
Libre yan, ano?
Libre.
Yes.
Tsaka across the board, lahat binigyan.
Yes. Maraming mga Rotarians all over the world, they really spend time, some from other countries going to another country, really conducting polio immunization. Patak-patak lang naman ang ginagawa.
That's the one you open your mouth, tube, water lang. Parang liquid lang yan nilalagay.
Liquid yan.
Nevertheless, it still costs money because it's basic medicine.
The funding comes from the Rotary Foundation. They give the vaccine through World Health Organization, and the World Health Organization turned over to the Department of Health. And it is spread through regional offices, through the different cities, municipalities.
Ano role ng Rotary niyan? How did Rotary come? So,
we start with the funding. Sa amin nagagaling.
Okay. So yung funding sa inyo nag-initiate.
Taon-taon, nagre-raise kami ng malaking funds to fund basically the logistical requirements, siyempre yung mga gamot. Sabi nga ni Chari, pinadadaan namin sa WHO, who will in turn distribute it to the different health departments of each country and spread it out. So kahit wala kami to administer the polio, it's being administered.
The Filipinos, the viewers have to understand, just because you may not see Rotarians in the area distributing the medicine, it's not necessarily not their project. But it was really a major project of Rotary in the Philippines.
Under the Rotary Foundation.
Under Rotary Foundation.
Do you see,
we are part of the source, yes.
Do you see this lapel pin?
Opo, sige,
This is what you call Paul Harris Fellow lapel pin, in which a Rotarian is recognized if he or she donates $100, which is called sustaining member, or if 1,000 Paul Harris Fellow. Give $10,000 major donor, and this is the source of the funding.
Buti na lang, I helped that. I bought a Paul Harris. I bought a Paul Harris full
Then you have contributed yourself.
Hindi ka nagbili, nag-donate ka.
That's what I meant.
Ni-recognize ka ngayon ng Rotary.
Sabi nga, naglabas ako ng $1,000. Sabi ko, itong binigay sa akin, kulay gold naman plated naman, miski pa pa. So basically, I was also assisting.
Yes.
So the money earned from the foundation, worldwide pala yan, sa polio talaga pala pumunta. I didn't realize that.
There are other sources.
Meron
din kaming sariling polio fund, and most recently, in fact, Bill Gates himself is donating around
350 million.
350 million for,
Dollars.
yes, for the fund.
May challenge to
Is it still prevalent polio today? Since we only have 4 or 5%, we have to be sustaining pa rin, ano?
Yes,
Yes.
it has to be. Siyempre, maraming taon-taon may mga bata na pinapanganak.
So kailangan tuloy-tuloy pa rin natin.
In fact, we administer it to children of 6 weeks old to 5 years old.
All right.
Older than that, hindi na. So talaga yung mga bago. So it's a sustained program for about 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Yeah.
Bakit di ba natin binibigay ang sa batas natin, hindi natin linalabas sa health, sa ano natin, national
Hindi.
health natin?
This is actually the job of the Department of Health, but because they lack manpower and resources also, that is why Rotary is in partnering with them. And thanks to Governor Rambo, with my recommendation, he approved. And imagine, in Barangay Tatalon alone,
Yes.
our goal is 8,000 children to be
8,000.
immunized. 8,000 plus, 10,000 plus families door to door. And we have the funding
May logistics ba sa inyo pagdating dyan?
sa amin.
Doon sa, yes, sa implementation, yes. Pagkain namin, mga, siyempre, mga health workers.
Oh, matrabaho din pala yan.
Natin
Hindi lang
Ah,
basta
yes.
funding. Ano?
Yes.
We have already
preparation.
the medicines available. Andyan na sila. So we raise funds for the other requirements like food, stickers or whatever.
So may kulang pa rin sa awareness maski sa the newborns, yung mga parents ng newborns.
Yeah.
So
Oo.
in spite of it being free, sometimes it's still problematic to initiate or implement.
Yes.
May kulang na awareness, no?
Yes, per our statistics, less than 20% are really aware of these things. No? In fact, ito yung mga private sector. Ito yung mga bata na dinadala ng magulang sa mga private doctors, etc. So they get all the immunizations
Correct.
and vaccinations.
Pero meron din 20%.
Pero the bigger group, the 80%, yan yung hindi kulang ang pagkakaalam nila.
Hanggang ngayon.
Wala silang pasilidad para pa-immunize yung mga anak nila. So ito yung mga nagpupunta sa mga health centers, health offices, mga public facilities natin para so they can benefit from the vaccination.
This supplement, you call this what's
Supplemental,
supplemental
immunization. Because we cannot do it nationwide, which is called National Immunization Day.
supplemental,
That is why supplemental. Imagine just one barangay, we are already 300 total manpower. From
Isang barangay lang?
Isang barangay lang. And it includes naisip ni Gob, security, parking, kasi meron kaming convoy na sasakyan dahil door to door.
We're going door to door kasi may mga
So kayo
magulang
talaga ang
na-
nagre-reach out, hindi
We
niyo
reach
tinatawag sa plaza?
merong mga registered sa health centers na papupuntahin doon. Meron din naman kami mga teams na pupunta sa mga daycare centers.
Yes, that's what I would
Marami.
think. Oo.
Para may
Daycare
mga
center.
sama-sama na. But the bigger portion will really be house to house. Ito yung mga kasulok-sulukan ng mga depressed areas natin.
Kasi hindi pumunta sa hospital when they have newborns.
Kahit alam nila, hindi sila pumupunta. Probably may mga ibang ginagawa.
Our best promotion, we left 10 big tarpaulin sa barangay Tatalon in different areas so that the families there will be informed and ready by February 22nd.
Bakit February 22? Why specifically 22?
Well, it's a chosen implementation day dahil nga we are celebrating the World Peace and Understanding Month.
On the 23rd?
Alam mo ang Rotary, itong buong buwan na to ng Pebrero, dahil ito nga yung founding day ng aming February 23 is the founding day of Rotary, we usually hold many service projects in February. Actually, our district, we started last Saturday. Nagkaroon kami ng malaking competition among public elementary and high schools in different areas, in arts and culture, mga drum and lyre, mga singing competitions. You know, we get ourselves into everything, practically every sector that we feel we can be of help. Now, I remember you asked me about why is it supplemental earlier sa polio. Kasi programa nga yan eh. It's not a one-time vaccination for the children. So we're only coming in in one ano lang, sa umpisa pa lang kami. 3 years yan usually yung vaccination nila para kompleto.
Para kompleto.
3 taon yan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this leaves me perplexed. It's not enough that we have a very strong advocacy from an NGO, no less than the Rotary Club, that has to go out and generate awareness. I mean, gee, it's 2011. The world of IT, information technology. We're building computers that are thinking so much faster, processing information, tons and tons of information. And here we are in the Philippines. I mean, we have nice Porsches being driven around. We've got hundreds and hundreds of millions being given us pabaon. We've got networks that are growing left and right. Because after all, it's not only radio that is king, it's television. We have cable growing from close to over 100 networks and channels to choose from. And yet we have to go out of our way to generate awareness para sabihin lang sa taong bayan, huy, pwede ka bang tamaan ng polio? I mean, what gives? Now, can you imagine if Rotary did not take their time to go out, to have to make what? To create the logistics, to create streamers, to say, go out and have yourself immunized. Libre po ito. You need not watch Wheeling Willie to win anything. You don't have to dance. There is no addition, subtraction. There is no drama. There is no performance. Just come out and save your children. Now, it's not enough that there's awareness generation that is being spent. Logistics are spent, real money is spent, mobilizing people to reach out, because no less than this club go out of their way, going house to house, nangangatok sa bahay, sinasabi, meron ba kayo, may sanggol ba kayo sa loob ng bahay nyo? Can you imagine the advocacy that takes place? My heart bleeds. It bleeds not necessarily just for the 80% who don't understand it, but it also bleeds for the people who have the biggest hearts, because they want to do their part. I guess the question that's begging to ask, is yours begging? What are you doing? Stay with us, because as we come back with Rotary, together with Attorney Ambo and Chari Misa, we're going to talk about the next day, which they will celebrate. Incidentally, February 23 is the World Rotary birth date, the origin of this great club that has been around the Philippines. And this time it's going to be about, let's see, the World Understanding, Resource and Understanding Day. So stay with us. Anybody. Hello, my name is Tambuatco, and you're back into Talk to Vhary. In the second part, if you're watching the first segment, our guests are from Rotary, and I talked about the advocacy, and we talked about basically Supplemental Polio Day. We're going to jump to another topic equally important, but as we go along, I'd like to give a short commentary on this. Today we celebrate the chaos, the tyranny that's going on in the other side of the world. As you well know, Egypt's on its 13th, running its 14th day of chaos with no real leader in sight and or replacement. Now, we have our problems right here in Mindanao, if not even in the city. As we saw last week, we were talking about the terrorism that has gripped the nation, especially in the Central Business District. Now, this is not necessarily a franchise owned by the Philippines and or Egypt, but this is worldwide. Basically, there's a problem in what we call this problem. Let's just term the word conflict, because you have two different groups that are sort of, wala, hindi talaga pwedeng pumasok. It's a square peg into a round hole and vice versa. We have a problem, and that's called world peace. In this segment, this second segment with Rotary again, we're going to talk about the World Understanding Day, again promoted by no less than the Rotary Club of 3780. We have Ambassador Gancayco, Ambo Gancayco, Attorney Ambo Gancayco, and we have Misa, past president of Loyola Heights. Thank you very much. Let's go straight into World Understanding Peace Day. Ano naman to?
Oh, the day itself, yes. That's
February 23.
23.
All
yes.
right.
It's the founding day of Rotary. So there will be celebrations from different districts or clubs all over the world. On our part, dito sa Pilipinas, we have 10 districts here.
Yes, 10.
We will start the day with a beaming ceremony or a lighting ceremony, which will be joined in by about 8 districts all over the Philippines. Gagawin namin to sa Mall of Asia at about 5:30 in the afternoon on that day. And
what
then,
is the objective of getting all the 8 districts? You know, you're not talking clubs, you're talking districts.
Districts, yes.
Malaki ito.
Malaki.
Marami ito.
except for 2, one Mindanao and one Visayas district who,
All right.
who are committed to other activities.
What is the purpose of for participation?
Yung beaming is more symbolic, no?
Okay.
In MOA there is a globe there.
Yes.
Well, actually they
ample,
started
perfect.
this. They started this last year, and unfortunately I was not there, so I'm only speculating. But really, it is a lighting ceremony, symbolic of world peace. No? We are offering. There will be some kind of a ceremony or a program there that will be done. It will be preceded by motorcades coming from different districts. And we will end up there, and we will have some personalities with us.
Celebrity.
It's like a lighting, yes, lighting something for peace.
Tell me, I don't wish to be arrogant or argumentative. Is it achievable? World peace and understanding. Kaya pa ba natin? Ako, may opening spiel, no? I mean, mukhang may bangga buong mundo eh. Tayo dito sa Pilipinas, I don't know, we term it, let's see, last week I had the ANA, they're anti-communists, and they have representation in Congress. Kalaban nila komunista, NPA, kasi bumabangga sa gobyerno, namamatay tao. Basically terrorism. But we also have the peace process, which has been very elusive for the last 5 decades. We've got the MILF, let's call it the religious war, but really it's not. Again, it's terrorism. Then you have also the basic rebels, and those rebels with a cause and those without a cause. And then, of course, you've got the basic thievery right here in Metro Manila. Diba? You've got the carnapping, which is on the rise. Basic crime lang yan. Eh. Now, is there such a thing really in light of what's going on worldwide? Kaya Chari.
As an ordinary citizen, I can simply say that what is the world without Rotary, a non-government organization, which is a catalyst of the society and assisting, helping those in the marginalized society. We are the partners of the government because the government cannot do it alone. Because of 1.3 million Rotarians all over the world, and with the right funding we get from the donors, we are able to fund the educational and humanitarian projects, not only in the Philippines.
Well said, Chari. Very well said.
You asked about whether world peace is achievable. Well,
you're of the legal profession.
I'm looking at it from that perspective, a world peace. I say yes. Now, number one,
glass half full, huh?
it's as simple as right now we have no. It's an inter-country relationship. No? So there are no countries at war with each other. So in general, there is world peace. But you are right also in the sense that there are problems in a lot of areas in the world. Not necessarily probably involving other countries vis-a-vis their relationships, but in a sense we can look at it as some disturbances that is not equated to peace or understanding at all. But I believe we can achieve it, and I believe that Rotary is playing a big role in doing this, and without Rotarians, without personalities like you and who will be advocating world peace, then we will be in worse situations.
No, I don't get me wrong. I believe in the efforts of Rotary and what Vhary said. You're the catalyst, and because governments, not necessarily our government alone, cannot necessarily do it alone because it involves the community and the people.
Right. That's right.
I totally agree with you. But the world peace, however dream-like it sounds to me, you know, and how if only it was achievable and true, has been extremely elusive. Now, you are going through a celebration which is highly ceremonial to promote world understanding and world peace.
Yes.
How will Rotary, or how does Rotary promote world peace? Through projects.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Yes.
As an ordinary.
Informal, you can
As
just cut in.
an ordinary Rotarian, because we are like one big family globally. So we have international friends.
So ginagamit mo yung Rotary because Rotaries don't have specific flags per country. It's Rotarian, period. It comes in different languages, different colors, different sizes.
A very international organization.
We become partners in service, friends. They come and visit us.
You visit
and
them.
then we visit them. So if there are
Tama
any
nga naman.
problems,
Ganda na sagot mo.
it minimizes.
Akala ko
the
mababara ko na
conflict.
kayo sa isang kanto, hindi pala eh. Ako nabara nyo eh. Ang ganda, nabalikan mo ako eh.
and on February 23, Harry, after the beaming ceremonies, at least for
Yes,
our
sir.
district, we will proceed to Camp Crame Multipurpose Hall, where we will hold our big night. No? What will we have this here? Well, mainly we are awarding peace advocates.
Oh,
We have
okay.
identified at least 10 already peace awardees.
That's good. That's a good move.
Because we identify people who have done so much, not only in the areas of service, but also in promoting the theme itself, world peace and understanding. And we will have at least 2 foreigners, maybe at least 1 ambassador who will be our awardees for this. Just to set the tone that really we're serious with our, sabi mo nga, mahirap, pero it may still be done.
Well, failure and to say war and chaos and tyranny is not an option.
That's
We
right.
know that because we're civilized people.
That's right. That's right.
Since that option does not exist, it may be elusive and hard to find, if not achieved, but the efforts cannot diminish. You just have to continuously increase the effort, is what you're saying. I'd like to recommend to you the ANAD party list in Congress. That's all they do. What they do is they try to expose the communism and all this NPA, you know, all this terrorism that they do basically just to stop it. Because after all, they have infiltrated Congress and they're already there as true representatives of the people. It's really sad. Then again, like I said in the start of always my show, which I've made my motto, you are what you watch. You are what you read. Diba? You are what you see. As a good manager, as a good executive,
Shaped by your environment.
Oh, you shape. Kung ano lang alam mo is how you can only react to it and
That's right.
improve it. Eh.
That's right.
Pero kung di mo alam, gaya niyan, ilang taon na natin di alam pala, may pabaon sila sa military, di ba? Oh, kita mo. Ilang taon na yun, di ba? Hindi natin alam yun, kaya okay lang. Eh ngayon, alam na natin, miski yung sundalo, grabe naman to si Carlos Garcia.
My
Harry,
God.
Yes,
I want
Vhary.
to remind you, being a former Rotarian, that one thing nice about Rotary, it's neutral because it
Walang
is
politics yan.
non-politics, non-religious.
Kasi walang profit eh.
Yes.
Wala kayong profit. Pag wala kang profit, walang religious to. Alam mo naman, religious, profit din yan eh. Ang lahat naman pinag-aawayan ng lahat, kung sinasabi mo, simbahan, alam mo, at the end of the day, pera pa rin pinag-uusapan, profit pa rin eh. Kung tanggalin mo yung profit, wala kang pag-aawayan kasi share-share lang eh.
But as Rotarians, we are also good citizens, no? So we equally share with you your opinions and your reactions to whatever is happening right now. It's not only General Garcia, you have the carnappings, you have
Yes.
so many issues. We just wish that there will be some fine solution or godly solutions to all of this, so that we will have more peace.
And bottom line, our focus is on service. Serving the marginalized people, those who are in need.
May kailangan talaga, mas kailangan kaysa sa atin.
Yung mga mahihirap. In fact, last Christmas season, talaga with my own two eyes, yung mga squatter sa gitna ng kalye, nakatulog sa tent na mababa. Binigyan namin ng 2,000 pack meals. Tsaka regalo nang galing sa Hawaii, mga balikbayan box na pants. Kaya malaki siya o maliit, pwede rin nilang gamitin na kumot sa lamig.
Kami talaga, we really focus on service. No? We pride ourselves as being practically the biggest organization of professionals and businessmen dedicated to service. Dito sa ating distrito, we are servicing schools, we are servicing barangays, we are servicing we are promoting livelihood programs, etc. Doon lang kami. And nakakatuwa namang sabihin na marami tayong natutulungan. Sa dami ng mga kapatid natin na nangangailangan, we are doing our part. And marami rin naman tumutulong sa amin para magawa natin yung mga kamukha mo. You are
Na my heart is soft pagdating sa Rotary. I'm very sensitive.
And we are happy to inform you, no less than Mayor Bistek is a Rotarian, a past president, and Congresswoman B.H. Herrera.
Tingin ko sa Congress marami, miski senador, marami dyan ang Rotarians.
Winston Castelo is our member, my club's member. In fact, they will be joining us on February 22. Magpapatak-patak din sila ron.
Sila rin mismo.
And Mayor Bistek
pwede ba
will join.
tumulong ang viewing public natin kung may mga gustong tumulong sa inyo? Pwede ba silang tumulong, makatulong sa inyo?
Not
exactly.
that particular activity kasi may briefing kami doon. May particular, meron kaming
kasi health to, no? Mahirap na. Hindi baka mamaya may magkamali pa.
Unless they know. That's why we always have the health workers with us. Para sigurado, we are in partnership with the local health office, Doktora Innumerable.
Vhary, we have 85 teams, 1 health worker, 2 Rotarians, or a total of almost 300. Naka-register yan. May orientation. Kaya,
grabe din logistics nyo, no?
Totoo yan.
Matrabaho din, ano?
Talaga.
Marami naman tumutulong.
Basta salo-salo, hindi lang ganun pala yan, ano?
Marami naman tumutulong. At si Mayor Bistek nga, being a Rotarian himself, Vice Mayor Joy, and Congressman BH, because they understand, they're helping us in every way. Marami rin tumutulong. Si Speaker is...
Bank of the Philippine Islands, tinulungan ako.
Mga private organizations.
Pag Rotary naman humiling, bihira naman umaatras eh, kung totoo lang. Bihirang-bihira umaatras. Kasi alam naman nila, hindi binubulse yan eh. Talagang lumalabas yan eh, without question. That's why, so we have these 2 big events coming up, February 22, which is the Supplemental Polio Immunization. And then again, on September 23, you have the Understanding for World Peace coming together.
Actually, Vhary, on February 22, there will be at least 3 or 4 more simultaneous service activities which are going to be done. On that day, we have very, very big medical dental missions. One big one is in Novaliches proper. Yon, to benefit practically the entire barangay Novaliches. And one is in Rotary Center in the Roses area. And another one is in Tatalon is one of them, but also in the Horseshoe, New Manila areas. Marami tayong mga mahihirap na tao dyan eh. Even in those residential areas na kala mo malalaking bahay, maraming mga areas
pa
na may
rin.
mga squatter
Sa
areas.
tabi nila.
And we reach out to all of them. We will also have some big projects there in mga bagong silangan area going to Payatas. No?
So what you're saying is,
Marami kaming gagawin on that.
while
day.
you highlight polio,
Yes.
supplemental polio, you are still doing other projects which you
Medical.
still understand to be priority
on
as
that
well.
day,
Yes.
on that day,
On that day
on
pa.
that day, February 22, we will have many service projects done
Until
simultaneously.
Ilang clubs ba yung district niyo po?
93.
Malaki din pala.
So may
kayo.
mga assignments. Like 8 clubs are
Malaki
assigned
din
in
pala.
Novaliches. About 6 clubs are assigned in our focus in Roses. So many are focused somewhere
So
else.
these 2 days, February 22, I thought you're celebrating Chari's birthday in February.
that,
Hindi ba? Hindi ba yun? Hindi ba kasama yun, Chari?
that is
That
the
is-
admission.
Ayun pa yun.
Admission ko sa Rotary kaya
Yes,
birthday ko.
yes.
Birthday ng Rotary,
Ah.
106 years old na. Founded by
I
Paul
see.
Harris.
Tsaka,
Paul.
Chari, imbis na mag-celebrate siya and to spend, she will donate everything to our
Silently,
causes.
behind the scene.
Then there is no bigger reward than helping others.
That's right.
Yes.
That's without question. Ladies and gentlemen, you sit back there and you watch us and you listen to all these issues we're talking about. Really, all it is just the ability to help. I guess we are visualizing for you the advocacies of what others do to help other people. Sometimes it may be difficult, especially if you're in a nice air-conditioned car and you're going down and there's traffic, and you see the squatters, the informal squatters around, and you say, "Iki, asko, how dirty." But you see, you're not exactly helping out. Alam mo, at the end of the day, tawag dyan, taong bayan din yan eh, or what we call humans. They're just like us. They're made exactly the same species. And the problem is, some of us are born more fortunate, and some of us are born with the disaster of what you call poverty. Now, we're not going to go into the discussion of finding out who's poor, what, why they're poor, and whatnot, except for the fact that I'd like to congratulate the Rotary Club 3780 for going out of their way to actually promote this human factor, the human act of kindness, by delivering, going out of your way, services to provide services for those who are lesser fortunate. Now, we're going to get to the last part of this program, but before we do, I'd like to give the opportunity again to both our guests, and this time ladies first. We have past president from Loyola Heights. We have Chari Misa. Chari, a message to our viewers.
I'd like to greet personally all the Rotarians in Quezon City, especially to my colleagues in Rotary Club of Loyola Heights. Happy Valentine! Mwah!
Iba talaga pag babae. Talaga happy Valentine na pumasok.
It's February, you
It's
know?
February, the month of love. Di ba wala tayong
Amount of love.
magagawa?
That's right.
Okay, we have past governor from District 13.
Incumbent siya.
Incoming governor.
No,
Incumbent.
incumbent.
Oh, right now, the governor. 37 years. We have attorney Pablo Gancayco. Governor.
Thank you,
Your
Harry.
message.
Unang-una,
Yes, sir.
pasasalamatan ka namin for giving us this opportunity na i-promote ang aming po mga proyekto para sa ating mga kababayan. Siyempre po, ang gusto kong pasalamatan talaga, yung lahat ng mga tumutulong sa atin. Unang-una, yung aming po mga kasama sa Rotary. About 2,300 of us who are really helping in every way, to do service to our fellow men. The private sector who have been helping us all the way. The people in government, the Department of Health, the Quezon City Health Department. Of course po, mahal natin mga mayor dito, Mayor Bautista, Vice Mayor Joy, Congresswoman BH, etc. etc. Napakarami po tumutulong sa amin. On our part, kami po in Rotary, tulong lang po ang gusto namin gawin. At wala po kaming hinihintay na kapalit dito, kung hindi lang po ang ngiti ng ating mga kababayan. At ang nakukuha lang po namin sa kanila, maliban sa kanilang ngiti, ay ang kanilang pasasalamat. Masaya na po kami doon. Magandang gabi po sa inyo.
Thank you very much. I love it when I have Rotary in this program. It makes me feel good at the end. Because a lot of our programs, when they do come on, we tackle politics and the problems of the day. And many times at the end of the program, we don't necessarily come up with resolutions. Here in this program, we start out with what we call awareness generation. And then we talk about the service or the implementation or what we call action. And as we end the program again, it reaches out to you, nagpapalaking puso, and telling you, bidding you goodbye, but not necessarily farewell, simply because the service continues. We hope you've enjoyed this program. My name's Vhary Tambuatco. Next week we'll be back the same time. That's 8:10 every Monday night with a replay at 11:10. And if you don't get it because you're on the other cable, what you do is you can go on Ustream at GNN. Now, if you still don't get that, you can go to my YouTube. You just type the word, you just go into YouTube and type the word GNN Talk to Vhary, one word, and just press, and you will see all the programs that come on in the last 6 months, and you can choose which shows you want to watch. Maraming salamat po. I'm Vhary Tambuatco. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat.
You are what you watch.